Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. If you like watching podcasts, if you want to watch ours, we would love it if you liked and subscribed. Just search for @Tom and Dan Live on Twitch and @Tom and Dan Live. Every social media, we are @Tom and Dan Live.
And if you are listening to the podcast of this show or to the terrestrial radio version of the show, our next guest is officially, right now, a quarter century away from the 90s.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And is the considered, don't they consider 25 years a classic car?
Antique, yeah.
Like an
absolutely.
antique?
You can get a blue plate.
I have one.
You can get a blue plate.
Cadillac Pat's on the show.
Hey, you want to hear your theme song?
Yes.
Your theme song. Here we go. All right, it's 90s hip hop. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Where you at? Where you at? It's Cadillac Pat. Where you at? Where you at? It's Cadillac Pat. He dresses like the 90s, though he's 50 years old. Tracksuit and vintage Nikes in a color so bold. He'll give up, his relationship can't ever be told. Cause with Cadillac Pat, the Lord be breaking the mold. Where you at? Where you at? It's Cadillac Pat.
They didn't have a singles night. Some boats have single person night. Solo cruisers. I'm like, yo, we're going to this. 5 Indian guys talking.
Yeah.
He dresses like the 90s, though he's 50 years old. Tracksuit and vintage Nikes in a color so bold. He'll give up, his relationship can't ever be told. Cause with Cadillac Pat, the Lord be breaking the mold. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Here you go. Cadillac Pat's theme song.
Wow. Hey, it's adding now clips of the show on?
I added it.
That is, wow. I feel very special. That was
Like
very
I have,
nice.
like I've been learning that if you want to trick people into thinking that you're doing something more than you are, because you're literally doing nothing.
Yeah.
And don't let anyone even trick you. Well, I write good lyrics. I can write good lyrics.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I know.
I'm a good lyricist. I always have been. But that's all I'm doing. Everything else, I don't even understand it. I literally don't understand it. It's as if I took it's like an effervescent, like a what do you call this? Alka-Seltzer, and I put it in water and it disappears. I have no idea how it works. It's magic to me. It's magic.
So Pat has brought some stuff to show
Yeah,
us. But
yeah.
before we get to that, I started thinking about the 90s, and I was doing some research, and there's a bunch of stuff written about how the 90s was the last decade that fully, I guess, some people, like this article I read was calling it the last greatest decade in like
Don't we always
in
do
cultural
that, though?
history.
I mean, weren't they doing that in the 40s, and then they'll do it again in the 60s?
Yeah, but the argument was because it was the last decade before we fully went internet and social media.
Okay, yeah.
And so there's things about the 90s that could never happen again, which is obviously we weren't all connected by social media, and the internet was, we
knew of
we
it.
had the internet, but
Yeah.
we used it for directions and information and encyclopedia. Like it wasn't spreading misinformation and
right,
like
fighting with each other.
there were certain things.
Automation.
AOL was around, so the beginning of human connectivity, but it wasn't obviously what it was. But it was, and then after that, there's no generation that will ever
Be without it.
be without it, and even have anything like
Oh, there's your movie.
the 90s because
There's
of
your
that.
movie. EMP, global disaster, and the internet goes out.
Oh, and they
Okay,
need me
But
to save the day.
No, but not
'cause I
everybody
know.
freaks out. We just live.
Okay, all right. Well,
Because like most
they'll
movies,
freak out.
They will. But, I mean, like everybody
It'll
wants to
be
make
doomsday.
it like doomsday, but what if it wasn't?
Well,
What if everybody's just like, whoa, this sucks, but all right, I'll go chop some wood.
it's soon.
I mean,
now-
everybody, the lights go out, and everybody starts raping? Is that how is that
No.
is that what we do? Because I'm not like that.
I hope not. I hope
I'm
not.
not like that. I
No.
mean, just because somebody disagrees with me, I'm sorry, got to kill you.
Well,
Yep, that's the way we're doing it now.
There's no wood for chopping, and everybody will starve to death.
Yes.
Because we need grocery stores. We cannot
Yes.
there's no hunting. There's no more animals.
I can kill a couple.
Yeah, no,
I'll get
yeah.
a squirrel or something.
Yeah. But
I'll
anyway,
eat my dog. I would eat my dog.
regardless, that only gets you
No,
so
you
far.
wouldn't. Yeah, it won't be one meal, that
I
little
could,
thing.
I could never eat him. I love him too much. I'd let him eat me. I'd let him eat me.
They will, too. Dogs,
So-
cats eat you first, though.
I think Dansby would eat my face if I died.
But it is interesting that those of us who grew up in the 90s, I guess growing up just depends on what age you're talking
Yeah.
about. But like I was born in 82, so I spent
You're a 90s
you know,
guy.
Yeah.
basically 10 to
adulthood
to 20 in the 90s, and so I kind of feel like I was a teen during the 90s. Like all the culture did affect me more than the 80s culture. I think Daniel more probably early 90s, but you're dipping into late 80s.
I got some late 80s, yeah, which is weird because late 80s is, I would, in my opinion, completely different than 90s.
Yes, yeah.
I think it's completely different.
It's back
like
when,
I look at Huey Lewis in the news, I think like 86 to 88. That's a different vibe than peak like 93.
Although things from decades do bleed over to the early 90s is basically late 80s, and same thing
like
with the early 2000s.
The skinny necktie started in the late 80s and then blended its way into the 90s.
Another argument I read in this article, pre-9/11 too, which was which was definitely changed the way we live, the way we fly, the way we think about safety, and that was the first time a terrorist attack affected us in that level.
Yeah, I wonder if because of the United States' influence, if that plus the internet sped up the internet in a way, because
just like the pandemic.
It's like it like that happens, and then we realize that there will be heightened level of security that we'll need to add, and all of that will involve like cameras and internet. And
take your shoes off when you're flying, like all this stuff.
That's interesting.
Like seeing someone off at the I've done it before. I've gone through whatever they called TSA back then. You go to the actual door where the people get off the plane. I've seen someone off, and I've been there waving as they walk off the plane, like in the movie Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore. There's the scene where Pauly Shore is getting off the plane.
Even your references go there. And that's a talent.
But now you can't do that anymore. Like you got to wait behind TSA, and that's
And then also like they referenced it was the first decade of where like because we had cable. And cable was readily available in all households, even though it kind of was in the 80s, but in the 90s it really was.
Yeah, it was. You had like basic.
It was the first time where a lot of like sub-genres and like were represented, where you can fully, like, if you like rap, here's a channel for rap. If you like rock, here's the country. There's like, cable offered.
For a hot minute, my dad was obsessed with the music choice channels. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. He could put on like a channel that was like smooth 70s, like yacht rock, and just let it roll all day.
And so all these subcultures were represented in the main culture, but then of course once we hit internet and full saturation and social media, it became too much, where now it wasn't predominantly like, like if you like rock in the 90s, you got 13 different bands, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is, and then it became to the point where there's so much where now you got 10,000, and then it's not even really a subculture.
It's like
anymore.
Everybody's famous now.
If you like rock, okay, well, what type of rock? There's 20 different types, and before it was just rock.
Not to sound like a dumb old man, but man, even on Apple Music or Spotify, like when I go to look for stuff, it is hard because we have been given so much, and I don't. It's always been, that stuff's always been there. It's just it's never been in front of me, right?
Absolutely.
It's always. I mean, people have always played like salsa music or
you just didn't know of it or how to find it.
Correct. Exactly.
And styles were represented. I remember in middle school, which was the early 90s.
I don't remember my middle school. I can't believe you remember that.
Yeah, but I
remember everything about middle school.
Really?
Oh my God, I have a crazy memory.
I remember kids when do you like rock or rap? Are you a rap or you like and that was
pretty much it.
I feel like that's very race baiting.
Country was a very limited market.
Now in the 90s, that was I need to know what because that represented your whole vibe.
Yeah, but you got to expand because DeLand had 3. We did have country.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, not in South Florida.
I know, but you got to throw it in there.
Yeah.
Okay, for those of us because honestly, like it was rock or rap, and I would probably say that most boys, baseball players or DeLand High guys, listen to country music.
Wow. Yeah. In my middle school, there was none. Maybe there was like one.
I was like with the skater guys, so I would listen to punk rock and rap. That's all I listened to.
Yeah.
Like NWA and then No Effects.
Yeah, and that's where like that subculture of, I remember when hip hop and punk rock were like
they go perfectly together.
And
like peanut butter and chocolate, man.
In high school, I was listening to punk rock and Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
and that culture like respected each other, or at least like you were a skater listening to hip hop.
Yeah.
And which
Yeah.
had never been before.
100%.
Like if you were a skater in the 70s and 80s, you listened to rock, you were
like
Tony
rock
Hawk,
and
you know.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then but then it just after the 90s, it became so diluted with everything.
It was
there
a
was
cool,
no predominant.
It was a cool period that rap got kind of pushed into the alternative category.
Yeah.
So you would have like almost, there was a hot minute in the late 2000s where you would pop up these radio stations and it never really caught on. There's a couple of them left in America, but they're called like Jack FM.
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
Okay.
And it's like rock and rap. It's like you
Really?
take like Beastie Boys, Tribe Called Quest.
Mash them up or just play the songs back to back. But like
It's a radio station, and it's like we're a Jack FM station, and all we play are alternative, rock and roll, punk rock and rap music. And you blend it all together, and
Wow.
you make this crazy, it's like a crazy, almost like a skateboard magazine playlist, is what I would call
Lil
it.
Wayne started that because Lil Wayne is the first guy to make it cool for like rap guys to ride skateboards. Like 2008,
Yeah.
exactly the time Dan's
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
No,
Lupe
that-
Fiasco, I
that's
remember
Yeah,
had a
all
skateboard
2008.
connection.
That's 2008 in a
Yeah,
nutshell
but
right
it
there.
is weird how rap and skateboarding, I think that fringe, that rebellion, that like
that happened in the
street-
late 90s.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like where you had like,
All my skater friends had the best rap tapes. They had all the best.
Yeah.
They had all the CDs.
Yeah.
Anything you wanted, they'd have it.
That
all my
makes
skater
sense.
friends.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, pretty interesting. You were a skater
I was a
kid?
skater and I was a rap guy too. So you know what I mean?
That
Like
checks out.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I had a half pipe in the backyard. I can't. Ask mom.
What?
My dad built me a half pipe. Yeah, it was kind of it was not done well, but it was a half pipe. But I can't find a single photo of it anywhere. There's like again, it was like 1992,
yeah, peak.
right then, and it only lasted about a year because it wasn't pressure treated wood, and then we ripped it down.
Dads are always so cheap. We didn't go pressure treated ever. We never
Well,
went
it's
pressure treated.
triple the cost.
Yeah, sometimes more. I think
Yeah.
sometimes more than
Yeah,
triple.
yeah.
We never got one piece of pressure treated
No,
wood in my
it
entire.
lasted about a
Yeah,
year.
I don't think my dad ever bought one his entire life.
It's hard.
How funny is that?
I could speak for the. I feel like I represent.
You represent my dad perfectly. You do a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Is that I look at the wood and I can't see the difference.
Yeah.
And one costs 3 times more, and then I'm like, well, it's wood.
Wood's wood.
And like it can't get ruined that quickly. Like what the
Like,
hell?
I'm not,
And then it
paying,
does.
I'm not paying extra for something I'm going to cut in half. You know, like, my dad, don't you want it to last more than 8 months in the Florida sun?
Yeah.
He'd build a deck or repair a railing,
Yeah.
and then it would look like bright yellow for the first, and then like literally
Oh,
2 weeks
man.
later, it's falling apart.
Brown.
That's funny.
Also, sitcoms and the way we consumed television and what television was. We were talking about like the family sitcoms.
Did you have favorites?
Seinfeld by a million. I still watch Seinfeld and the King of Queens every single day of the week right now. Like my roommates make fun of me because I watch.
I'm about to make fun of you.
All I do is watch Seinfeld and King of Queens pretty much.
King of Queens? You're on that King of Queens.
I've been on
man.
King of Queens for years because it's on after I get off work for
Oh
the last
my
like
God.
10 years.
He's on that KOQ, dog.
But Seinfeld is my beyond. I've seen every single Seinfeld at least 100 times each minimum. I mean,
What is it about? We got to go back to King of Queens. What is it?
good jokes. Oh my God, I was watching it last night in bed before I was going to sleep after work. Oh my God, the jokes are amazing, dude. The jokes set up and punch.
I've heard them
He's
from many
nostalgic.
people. I've heard the writing on King of Queens.
especially the newer seasons because I bet you they got more money, so the writing got better. Seasons like 5 through season. I think they
Yeah.
went to 9 seasons or 8. Oh, season 7 is the best at King of Queens.
You ever met Leah Remini?
No, but I liked her in Saved by the Bell too when she was.
Yeah, when she was the
the manager of the beach club.
Yes.
Nice.
Stacey
this guy's
Carosi.
got a horny memory. She was hot on that shit.
Yeah. She was hot in King of Queens. I watch it.
and
I'm
then-
like, dang.
And then you get her in the Scientology documentary, and I'm like,
Well, at least she got out though.
I'm like, I think you yell at me a lot.
she
When I
likes
look
that
at
as
her-
her shtick though. She's probably like that in real life. She kind of like that.
too sassy.
Ball
I don't need
buster.
that. No.
I'm more of a Family Matters type of guy.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, wait a minute, nerds aren't black.
What are you doing?
Dad, get in here. Anyway,
I wonder.
that was the whole joke of the show.
We should have asked.
Yeah, it was.
We should have asked Vince Taylor what were his thoughts as a kid, as a young man on Urkel. I'm going to write that down and ask him next time we have Vince in here. About like, what did you think of Urkel as like a black guy? You're watching the show Family Matters. This guy pulls up and remember that little bubble car he had?
Towards the latter half,
the
yeah.
Urkelmobile.
And I just read that he doesn't like to be called Steve Urkel anymore. Just like the shirt I'm wearing, Carlton doesn't like to be called Carlton anymore.
Well, sorry, that's what
it is. Yeah,
I'll never not call you that. And if I see you on the street and you told me to my face, don't call me that, I'll do it. No, seriously, I would. I would do that.
See, I'm the guy who would be like, sorry, yes, sir. I would. Say,
no,
I would.
If Carlton is standing there and he's like, I'm Alfonso, I'll be like, oh, whatever, Carlton.
And I'd also tell him Alfonso is more of a nerdy white name than Carlton. You should have just used your real name. Did you bring that up to the director? Anyway, this brings me to a point that I had where I feel like, and we've talked about this before, but you need to go more and dive deeper into this 90s character.
I mean, have you seen what he's wearing today? Like, it's getting worse, man. It is, right? I mean,
yeah, it's good because it's cold out.
Yeah, I feel like you are brighter and more 90s than you've ever been today.
It's pretty.
You look great.
Thank you. See?
I want you to show up in the Urkelmobile. Like that.
They're very rare. They're very expensive, too. They only go to auction every once in a while.
See if you can find one and see if we could.
It's a specific name.
Is it like a motorcycle and then it's just bubbled in?
You know who I think has one?
Jay Leno?
Jay Leno.
Yeah.
No, really?
That one-eyed fat fool.
He's got like a steam engine car. He's got everything.
But I remember when I saw that car, I thought as a kid, I was like, this will be the car of the future.
It was a 1957 BMW Isetta. I think. That's
Isetta. It's an Isetta. Yeah. Isettas.
Yeah, that's.
They love those They love those cars on what's that antique show?
The Antiques Road show.
No, the one with American Pickers. I like that show too.
Yeah.
Also, another 90s sitcom that I beloved was Step by Step.
Yeah,
I enjoyed Step by Step, but I was horny for the daughter.
Suzanne Summers,
yeah,
right?
No, the daughter.
Well, yeah,
Step by Patrick Duffy's daughter.
That was the first time. This is pre-step sister porn that's so popular. I thought in the 90s, I was like, I wish my mom would marry a guy with a bunch of hot daughters. And then like, I don't care.
You're a monster.
No, I'm like, it's a stepsister, and like, it's just marriage. It doesn't mean anything. Like, what if my mom married a man?
Stacey Keenan's who you're thinking of.
And then we had to live.
Dude.
Was there Suzanne Summers though in it too?
Is that her right there?
I'm like, what if?
Is she up there? Can you see her there?
Yeah.
Is that her? Stacey Keenan.
Yeah, that is her for sure.
I'm like, what if
That's her stage name. Her real name is Anastasia Love Sigorsky.
Like my stepdad Steve. Like, what if Steve had a 16-year-old daughter when I was 16?
I don't think she's gonna look like that. Like, no, I don't know. No offense to Steve, but you know.
So I was like, and then because we didn't have a big enough house, like she had to sleep in my room
in real life. Oh, you're saying in
in my fantasy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, for sure, like what if
something would happen?
We're just even though we're like
passionate love because you're because you always make the first move, right?
No. Well, I've seen the videos now, but I knew then.
Oh, is she older? Is she an older?
No, same age. Like we both. Maybe she's 17. I'm 16.
She's my age. You know that? She's 49.
And anyway, so I digress.
You know, Suzanne Summers claimed to have gotten pregnant without having sex. That was like one of her little like downfalls. She's
not. She's lying.
she claimed
to be like the Virgin Mary.
God rest her soul, but she
I'll
claimed.
Look that up. Hold on.
I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right about this, but she claimed to get pregnant without having sex. She said some BS. I can't remember now, but I'm pretty sure it was Suzanne Summers.
Like she sat on a dirty toilet.
Yeah, something.
I got AIDS that way, so I mean, that does check out.
I got gonorrhea.
Please tell me I'm right.
I'm gonna say.
It's probably just an urban legend.
Yeah.
Like the Richard Gere.
That's real. That's real. The Richard Gere gerbil.
No, you can't even get in there. How open is it?
I don't think I think you heard wrong. It's ChatGPT is telling me Suzanne Summers became pregnant at 18 after losing her virginity and married the child's father, Bruce Summers, in 1965. They had a son, Bruce Jr., but divorced in 1968.
Dang it. Okay, maybe. Yeah,
then it goes into an abortion she had. I mean, this is
oh man,
get out of this woman's business, ChatGPT. Jesus Christ.
God rest her soul. You know what I mean?
Leave the woman alone. That's traumatic. God bless.
All right, Pat. What do you got?
All right,
here?
so
this is new. I haven't seen this.
Well, this is just my vessel to hold stuff. This is my cool
you got to hold it up on camera. So.
This is a radio that a friend of mine got for me. as a present. And
All right, so it's the Igloo cooler and
Igloo.
90.
It's a igloo.
yeah, it's like a 90s branded.
Hey, what is that? Is that a igloo cola with a sticker of you on it?
But I don't know if you guys, this is when we would do back in the 90s also. We would go to McDonald's because I was a big Jordan guy, still am.
Yeah, go to McDonald's to hide out after you shot somebody.
They had like fry packages for like a promotion, but me and my buddies went and bought unused fry packages, and I still have them to this day.
Oh, wow, hoarder.
But look,
this is actual trash. This is what the French fries came in the night. Do they smell like fries?
No, they're unused.
Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, these are collectibles.
I was gonna retire on when I was my age now.
You're Michael Jordans.
Oh, and you got a Charles Barkley.
I got every one of them.
I got a Jordan, dog.
I got every one of them.
A dream team.
Look at
Oh,
mine.
you got a Jordan.
I got Jordan.
They were basketball cards that were basically
French fry. Yeah.
Let me get 5 of these.
You got to pick which ones you want.
No, I'm not taking your. This is.
I've had those since
have
day
you looked
one.
these up?
I have years ago, and I think there is some value to them, but not like I thought I was.
Those are. I'm gonna look that up for you.
Go ahead.
What does it say on it?
They are, just look up 1994 McDonald's fry packages like NBA.
Now, in the 90s, when you were younger, Pat, and you asked to purchase these
they were
fry packages?
14 cents a piece, I remember. 'Cause I remember everything.
And so they charge you 14 cents a piece, and you bought a ridiculous
Me and my buddy
amount.
Jabbo would go in at McDonald's by the house.
Jabbo?
Yeah, his name was James. We called him Jabbo his whole life, yeah.
And now you save these.
Yeah.
They're 30 years old now.
Yeah.
I got the answer, man.
Okay.
ChatGPT knows everything. So the Michael Jordan ones, because they're in like excellent condition, they're about $10 a piece.
Yeah.
No, really?
yeah.
How many do you have?
I have like 5 Jordan ones probably.
Yeah, well, no,
Okay.
all of them.
Oh,
They're
I-
each one. The Jordans are the ones that people want the most.
Yeah, exactly.
But it says like about $10 a piece for all of them.
Now,
So I mean, how many do you think you got?
I have the complete set, at least 3 complete sets. But I have 4 or 5 Jordan ones. I got 4 or 5 of every single one.
Right. So you probably got like that might be like $700.
And
or
even
something.
the Dream Team 2, they did the same sort of promotion. The next thing was the Dream
it'd
Team.
take you 4 weeks to put them on eBay and sell them,
Yeah,
ship them.
it's not worth it. You might as well burn them in your backyard.
You make $400 for 80 hours of work.
And this is one of my most prized possessions in the world. I got this in 1990 from Bobby Florentine. I paid $5 for it. This was a Wheaties box, but it came with a basketball hoop that you could actually play. It came with like a little stupid cardboard basketball that you would.
Oh, that popped out of the Wheaties box?
It would like pop. You'd like
I
pop
grew
it.
up with a cardboard basketball. We were very poor.
So,
Very poor.
what's that? Look that up. The
This,
Wheaties.
Yeah. Look up.
You've never bothered to look these up before?
No, I never thought about this. Look up 19.
Hold on. You've never thought about it?
No, not this.
You've walked past it for
Oh, I've had
30
this.
years.
I've had this for 35 years. I've had this for 35
and you've
years.
never thought about what it would be worth?
It's searching the net. We're
Like,
looking-
what
we're
if
looking for
what
it.
if one of these things, these trinkets that you held, is your key? Because I'm telling you, if
I
you're
have
rich,
one. I've got one. This one.
It's,
this one.
it's about $100, dog.
That's
Yeah, that's $100.
so it's
right
all just worth just about enough to never sell.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's only actually known basketball or football card that he played with.
But the only one in existence.
The only printed one. And this card sold. This card I'm holding in my hand. One sold for $40,000 and one sold for $80,000 a year and a half ago.
Really?
And I own one. Because this card was a giveaway at a Miami Hurricanes game during a bowl game. Before Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was anybody, he was a backup. So no one cared about him.
You better put that down.
Thank you. Right? You're looking at it?
Yeah, I'd
What-
put it down if I were you.
What is it worth? What does it say?
I wouldn't even touch that.
One's
thing.
worth 40 and one's worth 80.
So in 2014, it's okay. So I'll read you the whole thing. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's 1994 University of Miami football card, produced by Bumblebee Seafoods, has become a highly sought after and collectible due to its rarity and Johnson's immense popularity. Thank you. The card was part of a 24 card.
I have all of them, by the way.
Oh, that's even better. It was a 24 card perforated sheet distributed during a 1994 game at the Orange Bowl.
I was there.
Inclement weather during the event led to many of the cards being destroyed because of the rain.
Thank you.
All of the sheets that they were given to the kids
Yeah,
got
they're just
rained
there,
on. They
yeah.
got destroyed. You got one, kept it nice. In 2014, one sold for $4,000. In 2020, a gem mint 10 graded card fetched $13,000. In 2021, it went up to $45,000.
Thank you.
And then 2 months afterwards, it sold for $81,000.
Thank you.
Because this thing could be worth $100,000.
Dude, you should
What
have
the-
never brought that here. That has no business in this studio.
I mean,
That's awesome.
Thank you.
The
And
Rock may buy that for you. He's got
I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed.
You know, you put it's weird how you find things.
Hold on, I got to point out that everyone else that comes into our show and brings stuff, like other than Dino Jimmy, you guys got nothing.
He's got the
An
Rock card.
$81,000 football card and a dinosaur and a fully constructed dinosaur. Everybody else in 2025, you're stepping it up. When you come in here, you're stepping it up. $82,000.
And I was going to throw it away. Theoretically, I have boxes of cards, in my room. My buddy Paul, my best friend growing up, his kid likes the Hurricanes and he likes football. I went to my card boxes. I opened one of the boxes up. I just saw cards that looked different because of the perforated edge. I had no idea I even owned this card. No idea this card is even worth anything. I just grabbed this pile of cards. Oh, Miami Hurricanes in their football. I'm going to give them to Paul's kid as a present from Uncle Pat because I like him. I go, Paul, give these to Cameron. He goes, do you know what you have here? And I'm like, no. He goes, bro, stop the car right now. And he shows me. I pull over, and now I'm like, my hands are shaking because I had no idea. That card would still be in a box in my room if I didn't just happen to randomly open that one random box and pick up those one. It wasn't like I was looking through all the cards. I just opened a box, saw cards, grabbed them, and gave them to Paul. And he told me that's mind-blowing to me that I did that.
It's a sign from 90s Jesus.
I mean, if there was ever an argument against my argument for you not to be a legend, that might be it. I mean, like, sometimes you got to know, maybe I've been wrong on trying to get Pat to tone down his 90s ways. Maybe it's written in the stars.
By the way, 90s Jesus looks like Slater from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with long hair.
They went Latin on that.
Yeah. Well, he is darker. Jesus was
He's
more.
a hunk.
And I've got this one too, which is this one's pretty valuable.
Okay, what is that? The Jordan?
That's the Jordan rookie card. One sold for $1 million.
Hold on.
Pat, what's yours graded?
I haven't got this one graded. That's why I'm nervous to do it.
You got to get them both graded, dude, or they're worth nothing. You have to get them graded.
The rock card I have graded.
Well, let's just say Jordan rookie.
What's your grade on it?
7.
A 7?
Well, look up the Jordan rookie, even if it's graded.
Look up. I mean, a graded Jordan rookie. I'm pretty sure like a 10 mint was sold for $1 million. I'm like 99% sure.
Okay, we're gonna look this up, and then we gotta have a longer discussion here. I mean, because you've brought in, I thought, a cooler full of garbage like you usually do.
Well, hold on. It's to give you a little more perspective. It's still not bad. I'm not
1,400 or 1,800.
I got 10. I got 10 G's. I got that one.
I have the entire set, which maybe holds some value if I sell it.
I'd maybe keep them together and have them graded again.
That's what I was thinking about getting regraded.
Yeah, I would.
Now, so with the Jordan rookie card,
I'm scared to do it because it's like the unknown. That what I mean.
What does it matter? I mean, like you don't know
now. Scared to be rich. What the hell's your problem, Pat?
Well, I probably wouldn't sell it. That's the problem.
Well, then it's worth nothing.
No,
you
but I know because it's like I'm a Jordan guy, and it's like the holy grail.
Let me see it.
Pat,
I have a lot of cards.
This is.
I mean, it's in really good shape. Dude.
It is in good shape. I've had it forever.
I almost cursed. I would get this graded because it's in really good shape. I don't know if the chat room can see that. It looks great.
Pat,
I'd get it in a better case, too.
Yeah, well, I kept it in the case. That's the one it's always been in. So, I don't want to
Well, do you want to know? I mean,
go ahead.
If it was graded, if it's Jim Mint, which most cards aren't, let's just be real, it'd be like $1 million.
That's what
$1
million.
Even at its lowest, like $250,000.
$250,000 at its lowest?
At a 9. Which, man, that looks pretty mint.
I know.
That looks mint to me. I have a lot of cards. I don't mess with my cards. They sit. 50,000.
I'm scared of that one. That's what I know.
I mean, even if we went near mint, which I think that might that to me is crisper corners in a near mint.
It's pretty nice.
$18,000. You know.
Okay. So
it's a lot of dough.
I know.
That's a lot of dough for a card, man.
Now, who knows what other treasures you have?
You should come to my house.
We should. You know what?
I will to rob you. Now that you've told us all. Now you better have a 90s gun. Which is like a regular gun.
They're exactly the same. We just have more of them.
They didn't really change them. That's the one thing I'm disappointed. I thought we'd have a cooler
guns.
Yeah. Like a Glock nowadays kind of looks basically the same.
Some of those novelties, like the Big Judge, which is a shotgun pistol.
Yeah, but it's
all
No, like I wanted them to be future.
I wanted
ray
a laser gun.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
just a regular standard.
Taser's pretty good.
So, and look, I got more unopened packs. We're going to open some right here. I've had all these packs forever, too. We're going to open some here. Maybe
have $60,000.
Who knows? You might have.
Are they worth more unopened? Sometimes
Well,
you sell
How
them.
do you know what the hell's in them if they're unopened?
Yeah,
Well, that's why people they sell.
Yeah.
They're worth more because the gamble. People will buy them.
Yeah.
They thinking that it
I would
may.
never do that.
The card people do.
I know, but I would
I
never
follow
do
people on
that.
TikTok all the time that do that.
They buy cars and they open them live.
I'd
and
probably
that's the-
open
Here
it,
it is.
look at them, and then seal them back up in
There
a
you
way
go.
to
You get
make
upper deck. Tom got Don Russ.
Okay,
All right.
they're baseball cards. Now, Pat, while we're doing this, let me urge you because we.
Are you now his 90s advisor?
Yeah, I would
His
like to be your
90s
manager,
yeah.
Pat.
All
I see a
right.
lot
Do you
of.
have an agent? Do you have any
Yeah,
representation?
do you know,
No,
he got
no,
no
no.
agent. No, of course he doesn't. He's floundering around. He's not focused.
Yeah, you do need to get focused.
So you're sitting on a gold mine here, Pat, and this is your ticket
Yeah.
to all your dreams coming true.
You're right, you're
because
right.
Because this,
I don't think you'd be lonely if you're sitting on $80,000.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Not-
I mean, that's a lot of dough.
I know.
Not only can you start throwing money around, which will attract the ladies, especially the ladies
He
that you
already
like.
throws his money
I
around.
do.
Yeah,
This
but
guy
not
is
enough.
Reckless.
You need
I love it. He's living the true life.
you need a more novelty '90s car. You need to start
Have you
transforming.
been hanging out with my wife? She says, Pat gave me unopened New Kids on the Block trading cards.
Oh, I did. I bought a pack. That's right.
Where
yeah.
have you been meeting up with my wife to give her? No, I'm kidding.
I went to your house. It's right down the road.
I hope there's a Nolan Ryan.
I give it right to you. I give it
No,
right back to
we're
you.
looking for Don Mattingly. That's my
Is that
guy.
what I'm looking
Yeah,
for?
So open
All
them
right,
up. Let's
we're
open
gonna
them up.
open- We've never done this. We're opening 19.
All right. Yeah, these have never been seen a light
Okay,
of day.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Are
Just
these from the
what I'm
90s?
noticing. Mine is covered in actual foil.
Yeah.
They would never do that now. Too expensive. Feel
Yeah,
that.
oh, yeah,
Feel
yeah,
the
yeah.
package how it's foil.
Oh yeah.
They would never
this
do
quality
that. That is
foil.
quality foil. You can wrap your pizza. in
That's
that.
the thing. Upper Deck. That was Upper Decks. Like they were known for that.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
these
that's
are
some
great.
thick '90s foil. Nowadays, it's thick
Oh,
paper
thin,
thin.
thin.
So thin.
Yeah.
All right, I got.
If you get any names you recognize.
Let me see.
I
I'm
got
gonna
Danny
go, I
Tartable.
gotta go quick.
Yeah. We're looking for Don Mattingly. He's my guy. So that's what you're looking for.
I got Kevin Blankenship.
Jack Armstrong.
These are a bunch of old guys.
Yeah.
Larry Sheets. That's a baseball name. Hubby Brooks.
Ted Wood.
Joe Carter. I got Joe Carter.
Roberto Alomar.
don't
Scott
got
Livingstone.
Any Braves? I don't got them.
I
One
don't
single
have any
Brave.
Braves either. I don't think I got anybody good. Bobby Witt.
I forgot how
Shout
many.
out to Bobby Witt Jr.
I
There you
forgot
go.
how many baseball players used to be white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is before they realized
They're all
the
Dominican.
people in the Caribbean, they know how to play baseball.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
for
All
a
these-
while they were stuck on steel drums and they're like, I think we have true baseball magic in our hands.
All right, do you want Batman or Batman Returns?
I gotta go original Batman.
Yeah, and there's a piece of gum in there too.
Oh.
You got to eat the gum.
All right. I will.
And then
How old is the gum?
35 years
So
old.
Pat,
Do you want me to eat this 35-year-old Batman gum?
so do you? Okay, real question. Let's talk real for a second. Why don't you sell this and then put some money in the bank account and then make your life easier? Because I know you're single
He
and you
doesn't
make
sell any of his treasures. You know that.
you make good money.
I mean,
as a
I've
bartender.
got a decent amount of money. Money's not really my real issue nowadays. I mean, I could always have more, but I'm doing okay money wise. But
But you could build this '90s persona bigger and better with the money.
I know. I already trying to buy one of those Japanese mini trucks. I'm like this close to buying one. Like,
Okay, let's make it happen. How can we help?
You sell your goddamn
Dwayne Johnson card.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if you did sell the Dwayne Johnson card, you'd probably. I mean, that's your mini truck right there.
Yeah.
But I
That's
can buy a mini
more
truck
than-
right now. I have been this close to buying a mini truck more than 10 times
What's
in the last
stopping
year.
you from buying the mini
Just
truck?
not. I don't really need another vehicle with just more stuff. It's like more work. Like it just.
Do you drive the Cadillac daily?
weekendly?
Weekendly?
Yeah.
And
But
then
this-
you have a little car.
I have a Nissan Frontier truck. Yeah.
Not a 90s?
But this
No, 2010. It's still old enough.
Do you want a 90s car? Would that complete the look?
I would be nice. I mean, I like cars. I like old cars. So the older the better. Really, any kind of older car. 70s. I like 70s and 80s cars actually, but 90s. The 90s are too new. They look too new. But
Gotcha.
the mini truck I like a lot. I want one of those badly.
Iconic for you though, 90s. If I may, I would probably get you
GT,
no
CRX.
Dick Trickle I would get, what was that car? Lumina. Lumina?
A Chevy Lumina?
I'd get you a Lumina. That's the 90s car. That's Dick Trickle, baby. That's Days of Thunder. That's 90s.
The Urkelmobile's in the ultimate 90s, even though
but it's from the show. But it's from the show.
90s,
Okay,
like I'm going like, what was the hot car? The Lumina, man.
The Chevy Lumina?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't get enough attention. If he was driving around the Urkelmobile,
well, what if it had the mellow yellow, the Dick Trickle all over it?
Now it's NASCAR.
Wait, but Days of Thunder's not 90s, though.
Wait, that was Cole Trickle. Cole Trickle was his name in the movie, right?
Days of Thunder came out in 1987, though.
Yeah, it's more late 80s.
I'm really good at years of movies, too. That's another...
94 Lumina. My wife had a 94
but
Lumina.
It'll allow you to transform your house. Like, I imagine your living room should look like the Seinfeld living room. Replica.
Yeah. Oh, really, really go deep.
And each,
oh, my God.
If
I could know Seinfeld, if I do the Seinfeld living room, oh, my God.
Why don't you try?
That is something that I would
It'd probably only take about $80,000 worth of props. You know?
I mean, so you could start, and then that's where your social media presence kicks in because you're like,
because I changed from a living room to Seinfeld. That's true.
And then you rent your place at an Airbnb, and I'll let you sleep in the studio on the nights it's rented.
Okay.
With all your bric-a-brac stuff, you can get another house and just have a 90s. Dude, I'm telling you,
Airbnb would
I wouldn't want
work.
Saved by the Bell the Max. That's honestly, I swear in my mind, I wanted to turn my house into the Max from Saved by the Bell.
Why don't you do it?
Well, the kitchen could be you could have different rooms of 90s.
Oh my God!
Like nowadays, the Airbnb novelty houses are the ones that are booked the most. Like Airbnb,
except for ours.
Well, ours is weird. It's not. Everybody's like, "What the hell is this?" Yeah. But the '90s, everybody can relate to. So you're opening up the world, you know. Like, and that's like the old Pizza Huts. You know, they're keeping nostalgia.
And the Blockbuster.
People are blockbusters. People are going to these nostalgia places. I'm telling you, this could be a business. You take all these card monies that you have, and then you buy a house and you turn it into Saved by the Bell, Seinfeld, whatever. And
you could turn
and
it
then market it.
Okay, hold on. We're little,
and I got a lot of Jordan cards that are worth some good money.
And decorate the whole. You got all the crap.
We're little thinking here. What are you good at? What's your profession?
I'm a bartender.
Correct, and you're talking to people. He needs to open a tiny, like Nora's down the road.
I know Nora's,
A tiny little bar that's all 90s themed where you're the bartender, and it's called Cadillac Pat's.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like a size of a Nora's.
Like a size of a Nora's, a one bartender place that people love and it's kitschy and people want to hang out with you and they just drive in.
90s memorabilia.
Yeah, and you're serving up drinks. You mix them a cocktail.
That.
You mix them a beer, maybe. Maybe you have another bartender that's in there with you. You have your pinball machine people are playing. You got retro video games. It's Cadillac Pat's. Come on over.
It's small. Make it real small.
Slice of the 90s, man.
Keep the overhead small.
Me and Daniel maybe invest in that.
I would invest in that.
Yeah, because we'd handle the money. Because I don't know, Pat.
No, I would not. I would not. I don't know what side the dollar sign goes on. I don't know.
I'll handle the money.
Yeah, I am so bad at money. I've been asking him all week. What side of the zeros does the dollar sign go on?
The fact that you are carrying around six figures and cards and a cooler tells me that you can't handle the money, Pat. I'll do the business. You just stand there clowning around. And
this is the same speech you give.
Oh my God!
And then we'll
I
be
get this
rich.
speech all the time. It's good.
It's good. He's selling me. Damn.
You could say a lot. You could say a lot of things about Tom, but he plays to his strengths, right?
Yes.
Play to your strengths.
Yes, you're right.
I mean, we're not joking.
The whole chat. Everybody's saying they would go to Cadillac Pat's. And they would.
Yeah.
And then it look.
It's got to be like kind of. It's got to be quaint. It's got to be small and very nice, but not fancy. It's a 90s bar.
Yeah.
There'll be a little couch like the Central Perk, like a little
like that.
Have a little coffee corner. I sell coffee too.
And that'll be like Central Perk, and then
pinball dudes are rotating machines out that are more 90s centric pinball machines.
They have a million of those too. I play them all the time.
Put some 90s stuff in
there. The bar stools and everything will look like the diner from Saved by the Bell.
Only 90s music.
Yeah, obviously.
You know, 90s shows on TV on mute, playing all the time on loop. You got Gremlins, or not Gremlins, but you'd have like, we'll say by the Bell, you'd have to have Ninja Turtles, you'd have to have.
Can I have DVDs strewn about for people to play their own DVDs? Because that's like,
you could,
VHS tapes.
You know what? I don't think this is going to work out.
You're junking it up now. We got to make it easy and streamlined.
Can I have a trash can, a baseball card?
No, you can't.
All right, streamlined.
This is about the money. Turn and burn.
Can I put I got to put my claw machine in there too then because I need to make some room.
You can have a claw machine in there. That's fine.
And then fill it full of 90s bric-a-brac.
Yeah.
You could win. Maybe you
already
win.
got stuff in there.
Okay, you buy an S-ton. I've seen these. You can win these auctions. You buy an S-ton of 90s DVDs from like a video place that went out of business.
Sure.
You fill the claw machine with 90s DVDs, and that's the prize you win.
Oh, yeah. It's free. It's not worth nothing.
It's literally worth nothing.
Yeah. I mean, they're themed out bars and Airbnbs. Like even going back to the Airbnb, I think that would work as well too. Now the bar may get you more money, but you have to staff it. It's more, you have to get a liquor license. You know, the Airbnb
and the drunk people, they do end up stealing things and breaking things. Yeah. It's a little bit of that. But
Ooh, you unlocked a memory. Has anybody found any of your treasures?
There's still 2. The ones at Brass Tap are still there right now, and people ask about them every once in a while still because I haven't really been talking S about them lately. But there's I get off work and I see the one still right there. There's one in front of the gym that's still right there.
Are you afraid that you've made them a little too hard and people are losing interest?
I didn't hide them for interest. I hid them for me. I want them to be there 10 years from now.
It's like Crystal in the Thanksgiving dinner.
Like I don't
right? It's like you in the camping.
There
trip.
are
It's
some
like,
treasures that I hide for
you.
people to find. I do, but these ones that I hid, I like. I have a hidden time capsule in my mom and dad's backyard. I like the idea of just knowing something's there. Like, it's still there. Like if someone finds it, great. But if they found it, it's like it's going to be a hard one.
I mean, I got my brain's on fire now because with Paul Williams' help, he knows how to start bars. He knows the business.
Well, he has space. He knows space. I mean, again, it's a little place in my mind.
Yeah.
You've got basically the decorations, a little bit of build
and I got the credit, and I got some capital, so I know I could make that happen too. The funding for sure.
But you also
we know some millionaires that'll back us.
Like the way it's supposed to look. For instance, you wouldn't put your real Michael Jordan stand-up in there. You'd take it to Kinko's and get one printed.
Yeah, or I'd buy another one.
Then you cut it out and put it. You got to have the stand-up. You got to have a Nerf basketball hoop.
Yeah.
You got to have all that stuff that you got to have an oversized Swatch watch clock that hangs on the wall.
I've been looking for one of those.
You got to have one of those. You got to
have. I've got half the stuff already.
Some neon lights.
Well,
got that.
Well, this could be you could move the stuff out of your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Into the bar, and then you could be you live your personality at the bar, and then you go back.
Leave it at the bar, and then that way you're able to have a relationship at your
Oh
house.
yeah, you're right.
That's more of the healthy way to do it. I don't like that. I want you to go more crazy.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah, I would get more stuff. I'm not going to take stuff out of my house. I'm going to buy another pinball machine and another Miss Pac-Man.
Because
that's Tom's garage. He was just talking about that. Every time he cleans it out, it's just to put more stuff in.
Yeah.
Part of the marketing is I need you to get a bigger social media imprint so you can promote people to come to the bar.
Sure.
So you need to get more crazy.
And then
it may cost.
And eventually you do go off the rails.
You'll be lonely.
But who's going to be?
Yeah. And then for sure,
you'll do a couple years for putting somebody through a window or something.
Yeah, I'll do a little time. Maybe probation or something. Maybe.
Yeah. And if you get too lonely, you can always plow one of these.
Then I just get
Sanford bar hacks.
Or pro.
Oh man, have you seen them?
That are around the alcoholics.
Oh my God.
You can plow them in the back.
Here's a Tom and Dan tip. If you're staying at our Airbnb, right outside your door, it's Hag City. Just walk out and just throw a dart.
You'll hit a hag. Hag bullseye. All right, Pat. Well, we laid it out for you, so I don't know what else you need.
Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it.
I mean, seriously, though, you should have
a lockbox,
a safe, not just keep your valuables.
Every time you come in here, you do something extra crazy, and that's the craziest thing you've ever done. You have that has no business being here.
Yeah.
I thought you'd like it.
I'm very impressed. He was right. He wrote me an email. He was like chomping at the bit. He's like, I can't wait to show you what I have. That was a good one, dude. That was a good one.
I mean, who do you even go to get that appraised? Is there a card shop?
Oh, yeah.
Well, eBay is like the main appraiser because it buys recent sales on cards.
They'll authenticate it for you. Like there are places that you can go, even places here. Well, I know they have them in Tampa.
There's local PSA. PSA is one of the brands. Beckett's another brand. There's a few different brands that vet your cards, and different type of cards are better with different services.
I mean, now's your time to start the Cadillac Pat's Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
I had a grill because the food's where the money.
Yeah, okay.
The food. Man, Tiffany with her smash burgers. She's a genius.
I get her involved, baby.
All right. So
she don't want to be a
she got too many businesses. Although, I mean, she is.
She owes me. I got her her first paid gig as a musician years ago.
All right.
At Houlihan's. I got it
well,
for
if
her.
she owes you, why don't you get us some, booby pics?
That doesn't matter anymore. The first paid gig. All right. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye.